too. About me and you, what we went through. And baby, who I am, I can feel again, won't be numb again. At least I didn't.
Wait. Do you want the music to still play?
No, I'm gonna change it off. I just want to see where I'm sitting, if I'm sitting in the right position. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Yeah. Welcome back to Grow with Gabby. Today's topic is going to be about a couple of different things. It's going to be about emotional availability, vulnerability, allowing yourself to be consistent and to be committed to things that you do in your life, and just a whole range around that topic. And so I hope you guys get something from this. I hope you guys learn something new that you did not know before, and I hope I also learned through talking to you. This is quite like a freestyle conversation, so my points are not really organized. My points are like a bit round, like in my train of thought. I'm just going through what my mind is thinking at the time. So hopefully you guys like it, hopefully you guys get something from this. Thank you for watching, and let's begin. Okay, hello and welcome to Grow with Gabby. This is my I don't know, I'm gonna say second, third video, one of them. I'm here to talk to you guys today about this generation and our heartless culture. You're probably thinking, what are you talking about? Heartless culture? Yes, I'm here to talk about this sensation that we have these days with having no feelings, being like, yeah, like people are like, no feelings, like, yeah, obviously money over everything, cold heart, you know, all of that energy, all of those types of things we say. I'm here to talk about them today, and I'm here to say what I think about that, how that's affected me, how I have also done that, how I've learned from that, what I've learned about that. And it's basically, yeah, the topic is like toxic numbing, toxically being emotionally unavailable, emotionally numb, not addressing our traumas, not addressing our pains, and allowing them to be suppressed, and then later on they come out and it's a mess. So first I want to start off by talking about how, let me say from the root of it, where it comes from. So it's probably from a place of like, for men I feel like it's toxic masculinity. For women I feel like it's toxic masculinity that we have also taken on ourselves, and we've basically tried to assume the position of how we think men think, and trying as women, who we're probably not designed to think in that same way, but we try and adopt that sense of behavior. We try and adopt that sense of assertiveness that to a point is not even assertive anymore. It's a point where it's actually you're denying yourself of emotions, because I feel like we all have male and female energy within us. We have the energy of masculinity, and we all have the energy of femininity, and they both work together. There's no one person who's 100% masculine, 100% feminine. We both have that energy within us. When God created us with his spirit, God's spirit is both masculine and feminine in a sense. And so we need to realize that there's two aspects to our psyche. There's two aspects to our hearts, our emotional world, our ego, our superego, as Freud said. Like, there's so many aspects to us, and so we have to embrace those different aspects. I feel like with women, as I'm talking to you guys now, it's easy in this generation, in this time, for us to try and assume the position of being completely cold, completely heartless, like shutting ourselves off emotionally in order to protect ourselves. And I feel like that is something that comes naturally with trauma. When you've been traumatized, when you've gone through something, you close up. Whereas before you are open, you close up. After you've been hurt, after you've been done wrong, maybe your trust has been betrayed, you close up and you become untrusting, and you close up and you become unforgiving. Or you decide, you know what, when I was in that situation, I I was somebody who was so open and I said all my secrets, and now you don't tell anybody about your secrets because you feel like that one person betrayed me, so everybody else after is going to do that to me. And it's not it's not like that. Like, hey, that one person that you met, yes, that person may have betrayed your trust. Yes, you might have told that girl a secret and she went and told all her friends, and now like you're the topic of discussion at school and you feel like, you know, everyone's talking about you. Or yes, those people, they exploited you, they used your kindness for weakness, but that doesn't mean that every single person you come across will do that same thing to you. Sometimes it's a situation where that was a one-off, that was supposed to build your strength, that was supposed to make you cautious but not closed. Because there's a difference between being cautious and closed. Be cautious about people. You can be mindful that yes, betrayal is a possibility. I could possibly be betrayed. I could possibly be hurt. I can possibly be manipulated and lied to, but that doesn't mean that every single person you meet is going to do that to you. Same way there's a probability scale, as I said in my last video about there being probability of bad things happening. There's a probability that yes, that person that you really like right now, they could really do a madness to your life and you could be wrecked by it emotionally, but you don't know that yet. And so you have to go in with the mind that yes, I'm guarding my heart, but also I'm not stopping myself from achieving the level of deep connection that is only possible when I'm open and when I'm happy and when I allow myself to be vulnerable. And so I feel like the main point that's coming in this video to me now is just vulnerability. Allow yourself to be a vulnerable person, because vulnerability is beautiful. Being soft, being gentle is beautiful, and that's not something that you should be afraid of. As women, we have that energy in us, we have that nurturing, that loving, that kindness within us. That's embedded in our female energy, and when you harness that and when you use that, that energy is necessary for you to grow and for the people around you to grow. If you completely cut off that supply and say, you know what, I'm not going to be compassionate to anybody, I'm not going to be empathetic to anybody, I'm not going to allow anyone in my heart, in my space, I'm not going to allow people to get into my heart and get into my emotions, you're never going to be able to experience the love and the joy that is available to you if only you had allowed yourself to be vulnerable. That's something I've struggled with, being vulnerable, allowing myself to show my feelings to people, allowing people to know how I feel about them. If I like someone, telling them I like them, like that used to be a lot for me, but now it's like, if I like someone, and I do, I will show you I like you and I will let you know. And if you choose to exploit me, if you choose to use that against me, if you choose to manipulate me or destroy my trust based on that vulnerability I have with you, well, that's between you and God. And God sees the heart. That's the thing that people don't understand. Like, God sees the heart. If someone does you wrong, if somebody abuses you, if someone hurts you really deeply, that person, God is watching them. God is seeing when they're doing that. God is not judging you, because it's all about the heart. If you gave your body to someone, in a way, if you had sex with someone, if you were with somebody and you know that you wanted to be with them, you were like, yeah, I'm doing this because I want to be with you and I know I'm going to be with you forever, and you did that and you gave them that part of you and they used that against you, God saw when you did that your heart was true, your heart was pure, and so he's not going to judge you to the standard of somebody who just threw themselves to somebody. She genuinely was in love, he genuinely was in love, he thought that this is what he wanted and he did that and she did that, and you know, at the end of the day, I see their heart and I know their intentions were good, I know their heart was in the right place. And so it's about where your heart is. What's your heart posture? What is your heart saying? Heart telling you that, yeah, I'm doing this from a positive place. If you're going to tell someone you love them, are you telling them that from a place of truth? If you're saying that from a place of truth, then you should never regret saying those words. You should never regret saying anything like that. And I feel like it's very, very easy with things like embarrassment. Like, the thing is, with us human beings, if you're prideful, if you have pride, like we all have pride, but if you're someone who's especially prideful, or you have a huge ego and your ego is bruised by situations where you feel like you're humiliated. Like, I know for me, I hate humiliation. Like, I hate a situation where I feel like I'm being humiliated. Everyone's thinking, oh, look at you, you're an idiot, like, look at what you allowed to go in your life. And I hate that embarrassment. And so because we hate that embarrassment, we do anything possible to try and avoid any situation that's going to lead us to being embarrassed like that. But one thing that you need to realize is that even in that embarrassment, those are the opinions of other people who, to be honest, they don't know you. And it's not like they've not messed up before. They've messed up, but they're not going to have their mess ups broadcasted. So if you're someone who's publicly gone through a situation and everyone knows about it, don't feel bad, because the same people who are judging you are the same people who have got that stuff going on behind closed doors. If a guy you're dating has publicly humiliated you, wow, sorry,
I'm so sorry.
okay, if a guy you're dating has publicly humiliated you, if he's publicly gone and ashamed you or made you look like an idiot amongst other women or amongst other men, and you feel like, oh my god, I've been humiliated, people are now thinking that I'm this fool, or look, I look like a fool for him, or sometimes in cheating, like, you take the guy back and it looks like you're an idiot to everybody else who's looking in. But at the end of the day, you know your heart, where your heart was, you know your heart was in the right place. You know that at the end of the day, you knew what you were doing. You knew that you were doing it because you loved that person. And if anyone is judging you, they are not the people you should be looking at, because it's you. It's down to you what you want in your life. As I've said like before, it's down to you what you want in your life. It's down to you what you're going to allow in your life, and it's down to you when you're going to be vulnerable and who you're going to be vulnerable with. But don't stop yourself from being emotionally present because of the opinions of other people and because of the risk of pain. Because with every beautiful thing in this world, there is a risk of pain. There's a risk that it's not going to work out. Same thing, university, we've all gone to university. There's a risk that we won't graduate, but we go anyway. We put our money into it, we invest ourselves. Same way in love, you go into the relationship, you invest, you tell that person you love them, you spend money on them, you spend time on them, you spend emotional energy on them, and at the time you enjoy doing that, and so you can't regret it when it's finished. You can't regret it when things go wrong, because that risk, as much as there's a risk of there being absolute catastrophe, there's a risk of there being absolutely amazing, beautiful relationship and love and success and money and all these things that could come from you allowing yourself to take a risk. Be vulnerable, allow yourself to do that, and don't hold back in your life, because I am a firm believer that I either do things the whole way or not at all. I believe in doing things completely with passion, with no hesitation, without holding back. I don't want anything that's half in my life. I want things that are completely there or not there, yes or no, not maybes. And I feel like you should live like that. Live in a way where it's like you're not satisfied with the half type of love, the half type of commitment. If you're going to commit to something, if you're going to go and say, I'm starting this project, I'm going to do this photography project, I want to take pictures and I'm going to make sure that I build a portfolio. You can't now take 2-3 pictures, put them in there and be like, oh, wait for the next 6 months to do another shoot. You need to be doing those shoots consistently, because you don't know when it will click for you. You don't know when God will say, you know what, I see their labor, I see their hard work, and I'm going to bless them for that hard work. And so you need to do that. Have that approach in life. Have that approach of being committed. Be committed to the things that you want. Be committed to yourself. Before anyone, before you're committed to anybody, commit to yourself. If you can't commit to yourself, you cannot commit to anybody. You cannot commit to anybody. Like me currently, I'm trying to commit to my own fitness, to try and better myself in that way. If I keep slacking, if I keep eating rubbish and not going to the gym and letting weeks and weeks go by, I'm not going to see the results that I want. And if I want to see the results that I want, I have to be consistent. And so me being consistent at that part, at fitness, at gym, that is me committing to myself. That's me teaching myself that, Gabriella, when you make a promise to yourself, you keep that promise. And when I realize to myself, and when I come to that point where every promise I make to myself, I stick to it, then I'm not going to be able to tolerate somebody who comes to my life and who cannot commit to me and who cannot keep the promises they've made to me. Because if I cannot commit to myself, I can't expect anybody to commit to me. I cannot expect God to bless something that I have not committed to. And that's something that we all need to realize. You cannot say, I want this thing to blow, I want this thing to be amazing, I want to be rich, famous for this, and you're not consistent. How do you expect that to flourish? How do you expect yourself to reach that level? Because the people who we admire, they put in work, they put in hard work, effort. They went in time and time again. They did not give up, they did not stop, they kept going and going and going. until they got to that point of success, and then they kept going when they got to that point of success. They weren't complacent when they saw a little bit of views or a little bit of attention from their peers, a little bit of attention from their hometown. They went until they were global, until everybody knew their name, until everybody knew what their talent was. And that's the energy that I want to have for myself, and that's the energy that I want to encourage you people to have. I want you guys to be consistent, committed to yourselves, and I want to be also committed and consistent to myself, and I want to trust myself. I want to allow myself to be vulnerable in situations that require vulnerability, and I want to allow myself to be guarded in situations that require me to be guarded. And so I want you guys to take that with you today. I hope that you've gotten something from this message that I've given you. I hope that you guys have understood what I've said. I've tried to express it in the best way possible. I know that maybe I switched from points a bit, but I hope that the main line of argument has just been there throughout. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribe. Please share my channel. Let people know what I'm saying. I feel like I'm talking sense. I feel like I'm here. I'm telling you guys like the facts. I'm being honest. I'm giving you guys my wisdom as much as I have my wisdom that I'm still trying to grow. And I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Come back next time for the next one, and thank you and goodbye. See ya.